disclaimer for entertainment purposes only.
Hey you guys, it's that time. Pick a story where in one of the decks or all of the decks could be a story or a message for you. So what I'm going to do is hold each deck up to the camera for you to see if it's resonating with you, starting with deck number 1. Could your story or message be here in deck number 1? Or could it be deck number 2? Could your story or message be here in deck number 2? Or is it in deck number 3? Could your story or message be here in deck number 3? All right, so I hope you have made your selection. We'll go ahead and begin with deck number 1. All right, you have the Bride of Cups, the Groom of Cups, the Eight of Coins, the Chariot, the Empress, overall energy, the Four of Wands, the Mother of Wands, and the Two of Wands. All right, so in regards to relationships, I kind of feel like someone's mother is responsible for bringing two people together. I also feel like maybe there's a situation where someone is ready to leave the parents' nest, whether you have children or you are an adult and for whatever reason, had to live with your parents. There could be a possibility where you get to, find your own place and become independent again. Now, it does kind of look like there could potentially be some sort of relationship going on. You got the bride and the groom. Could be dealing with a water sign or a fire sign. And it seems that, two people are making plans to get hitched. I feel like, maybe this is something that these two have been talking about, or maybe things have just been going along so well for you guys that you decide that you want to get hitched. And it could just be either like a small wedding or just getting eloped. But I feel like maybe you guys are making some sort of plans to do something. And then I feel like shortly afterwards, someone is literally ending up pregnant. Now, there could also be something going on in regards to a living situation. So if you're not in a relationship or getting engaged, although there's still the possibility of even still meeting somebody potentially, that could turn into some sort of long-term relationship. But if it's not about a relationship, then there could be something going on with your living situation where you are trying to establish a foundation or some sort of security. Maybe you just completed the purchase of a house, or maybe you've been approved for some sort of rental, and now you're packing up and you're leaving. You're going to move into your new place. It also could be that now that you have like some sort of new job or you're making more money, you feel more secure. There's a sense of security. if you're not purchasing a home or moving into an apartment, there could be something going on with transportation, especially if you're purchasing something new. It just seems like you're moving towards a direction where you're having some sort of comforts, some sort of relaxation. Could be getting ready to go on vacation. It does seem like this is about relaxation and pampering yourself, looking good. You might be paying more attention to your physical appearance. Yeah. In regards to a work situation, either someone is feeling more independent because they started their own business, or they're working from home. But whatever the case, it seems like it's something very, very fun or very passionate about your work or your work environment. Like maybe you really enjoy doing what you do, because it allows you freedom and independence. Even if it's something like picking your own schedule, like that alone can give somebody like a sense of comfort. It also could be that someone drives for a living, someone making money doing deliveries, whether it is like a semi or DoorDash, but someone could make money from making deliveries. If you're single, there could be several people coming out as being attracted to you. There could be several people just deciding to shoot their shot, and maybe you have like some sort of options in love. It also could be people that you work with, or something that starts off on a professional level, or maybe you connect with someone while you're on the job during working hours. There could be some sort of love connection. I heard the name Brian for somebody. And I'm hearing Liz or Elizabeth for someone else. Now, you also might find yourself being festive or going to different festivities. Maybe you're being invited to celebrate someone's birthday, or maybe it's, something dealing with work, but it still seems like it's festive and fun. That also could be just a part of your job description. Maybe you're some sort of event planner and you love what you do, or if you've been wondering what you should do career-wise if you were to start your own business. I feel like catering, delivery, event planning, and beauty. Those are all some pretty good things to get into. Hospitality, having renting out your home, as using it as an Airbnb, or property management, or buying and flipping. Like, I feel like those would be some good things. It also could be that you are connecting with someone who likes doing things like that, and you guys are deciding to start a business together, and you're like, hey, we should flip houses, or we should open a bed and breakfast. We should do this and that. And whether it's as a couple or if it's just a friendship, I still feel like if it's platonic, there could be some sort of romantic undertones there, especially being tempted here with the apple. So there could be some sort of temptation going on where it's just like, hey, this is supposed to be business, but there is that flirtation of, could it be more? I feel like if somebody is insecure about their weight, the person who's attracted to you likes it. Yeah, in a love situation, I feel like somebody could be pursued. Yeah. So I was talking about somebody shooting their shot. I feel like shy people are suddenly having the courage to put themselves out there. In a sense, though, it is kind of like maybe having to put on or become their alter ego to do it. Someone maybe feels like, I can't do this as myself. I'm going to create a character, and then I'm going to be this person. I'm going to pursue them as this person. Or maybe you're someone, if you're being pursued, you're someone who doesn't normally flirt or whatever. And then you suddenly kind of put on a charm or put yourself out there. You're being really flirty, but it's kind of like a persona or a character that you're playing to get what you want. I also feel that someone is maybe trying to pursue you, but it starts off playful or indirectly, or like they're something is like wordplay. I don't know. I just kind of feel like somebody is trying to see what your reaction is going to be. If it's a good reaction, then that person will pursue. Now, on the downside, if somebody is in a relationship, I feel like there is someone flirting or someone is testing a relationship, especially like a new relationship or a new marriage. Okay, there is something in regards to a water sign where maybe this person is feeling ignored or rejected by you. Or maybe you feel rejected or ignored by this person. I kind of feel like someone also maybe shared something in private, and yeah, someone shared something in private, or they allowed themselves to be vulnerable, but maybe the reaction they got was hurtful or disappointing. Maybe someone felt judged. Someone might consider themselves to be like a real Texan, or country girl or boy. Like, even if someone is coming off very urban, It's something about their attire that screams, I'm from the South. Yeah. If you have a small business, I feel like someone is requesting your service or putting in some sort of orders. Something's being requested. If you work for somebody, I feel like you're being considered for a promotion. Also, in regards to something that you want that requires paperwork, I feel like you need to finish that paperwork. It may be an application for something, but I feel like it needs to be turned in. They might be waiting or can't approve you for something until it's returned or completed. I feel like if somebody is being hired for something, there is some sadness to the situation, but I think it's only because the start date has to be later than anticipated. That also could be because of planets going retrograde. If someone initially had some boundaries in place, or had some sort of barrier between you and them, I feel like maybe it's coming down. Someone is deciding that they want to remove a barrier. It also still seems like I'm picking up some sort of disappointment because of delays or cancellation. That might be for a traveling situation. Also, someone's car might need some kind of work. It might not be anything major. It might just be that the gas is out, or a light blew out, or a fuse went out. Also, from a spiritual standpoint, I'm getting something about a spirit being inside somebody's car or hanging around somebody's car. So I don't know if someone has felt like there's been a spirit around their car, in their car. If you notice strange things happening, like the window being down or something being left on and you know you didn't do it, like it could be some sort of unusual spirit trying to get your attention. Okay, I feel that something is being made official. I feel that there is going to be some sort of recognition in regards to your career. Like you're getting recognition for your career or your business. In regards to someone who works in entertainment, it does seem like someone's name in lights. I'm seeing like something like a marquee. So I don't know if someone got some sort of movie role, or maybe it's for TV, but it just still seems like someone's name is highlighted. Now, on a downside, in regards to established relationships, like I said, I feel that there's an outsider trying to penetrate the relationship. Somebody is like flirting with someone who is committed. You could also be temptation for someone who is in a relationship, whether you're doing it intentionally or not. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to say for sure that there's an affair happening, but like someone is being tempted. The loyalty is being put to the test. There's also something going on in regards to someone's mother-in-law. Like a mother-in-law maybe having to move in or share a space. Something else I'm getting. In regards to health, I feel that something is going to be revealed about someone's health condition, especially if it has to do with the not paternity. I want to say sexual organs. Yeah, just put it that way. Something dealing with fertility. That's what I'm trying to say. Fertility. Uh, yeah. All right, so that is all for deck number 1. And we'll go ahead and move on to deck number 2. All right, you have Blossom, Flow, Well-Deserved Reward, Coming Together, Release, Overall Energy, Rest and Reconsider, Share the Love, and Awaiting Results. All right, so I feel like in the past, or the recent past, you have been patient about something only to find out something disappointing. And I feel like maybe you had to heal. Now that you're healing, I feel like you're kind of in a position where you're having to reflect and decide like what you should do next, based off of how things just went down in the past. You're like, okay, that was disappointing, but now I'm ready to see, what's next. And I kind of feel too like you're on a brink of something new. Something had you go inward and do like a lot of soul searching. And it just seems like you've had time to think. Or maybe that's where you are right now. You're just kind of like contemplating about some things. And it does seem like you're having to look at the bigger picture. So I feel like there are some major developments happening for you. It seems like there is going to be a revisiting of a past situation. Maybe you're able to look at something from a different perspective, different angles, and then you'll be ready for some sort of change to come in. And I feel like you're not fighting against change. I feel like you're flowing with it. You're allowing nature to run its course. And something does seem like it's going to be like a victory, or like a huge feat. Like you are going to have like some sense of accomplishment and some sort of proud moment. You're proud of yourself because of certain things that you've been going through, and then you see how far you've come. I feel like somebody isn't afraid anymore. Like someone is no longer afraid of heights, but I feel like it's also metaphorical. It's like you're not afraid. Maybe, sometimes there is some sort of deep-rooted fear of success, and maybe this is something that you're overcoming. And it looks like you're also using your own inner compass for guidance. You're like, okay, this is what my intuition is telling me that I need to do. And you're trusting it. And because of that, I feel like it leads to some sort of victory for you. And it seems to like there is some sort of a rebirth happening. I feel like some of you are ready. You're ready for what's next. There is some sort of a shedding happening with you. I feel like you're shedding, old beliefs, or your lifestyle or your life. Something is shedding, is ending, and there's a rebirth taking place. And it feels too like you don't have to do something alone. I feel that you have someone supporting you. It just feels like someone has your back. Now, it could be something like just coming together to have closure and then letting go. But at least it's like you get your closure from someone. Also, if you have been holding on to a relationship and just not knowing what you wanted to do, or were afraid to let that person go, whether you were worried about hurting their feelings or whether you were worried about being alone, whatever that is, I feel like you're ready to face the music or deal with whatever it is. And, you're ready to be alone or let that person go. If this is about some sort of relationship. If you're single, there's a possibility that this is like the death or the ending of you being single. Maybe there is someone new coming into your life, someone showing you a new way to love. And either way, I feel like something's going to be very transformative. Feels like there's also a lot of clearing. There's been a lot of old energy inside of you that needed to be cleared or released so that you can step into this new situation or new reality. So it looks like you could be revisiting an old situation, relationship, or idea. It's like you're revisiting. Um, it looks like something is being renewed or restored. Yeah. And I just feel like this optimism or this excitement, definitely some sort of rebirth happening. It also seems like you're going to be attracting a lot of people, or that like a spotlight is going to be on you. And maybe this is like your version of success. You also might get to do something very creative. I feel like you're going to get some sort of a big break. If you're in a relationship and your relationship has been going through some things, I feel like the relationship is being healed or restored. So it does look like you're having to listen to your intuition, and you are confronting fears. This is about you confronting the things that you were afraid of. And I feel like something's also making you emotional. You're becoming very emotional about some changes that you're dealing with. I kind of feel like with the new moon, there is bringing like these new beginnings, or that might be a time frame for you. Like, soon as we have a new moon is when some sort of new changes are coming in. I don't know if this has happened yet, but I kind of feel like there's an opportunity being extended to you, especially maybe like a financial opportunity. And I feel like initially you're suspicious of it, so you want to think about it before you say yes. You're like, let me think about it. And you're asking yourself all these questions. I feel like you're psychoanalyzing yourself and maybe even asking why you're afraid or why you're suspicious of something. I feel like some sort of new seed is being planted or has been planted and just growing. Or if you thought something was dead in the water, you're going to see something starting to come to life. And you're like, oh, I thought this was dead in the water. I thought it wasn't happening. But you're going to start to see life. Now, it looks as if you're looking at something objectively. Again, in regards to some sort of decision making. I feel like you're looking at something objectively. You also might have some sort of edge over people. Maybe you have some sort of knowledge or information that other people aren't privy to, and you can use this to your advantage. I don't know what this information is about, though. Maybe you got word on a company that was hiring before it's made public, or a house that's for sale that isn't necessarily on the market. Like, whatever it is, it seems like you have some sort of angle. You can see something from a different angle that other people can't see. Now, this also might indicate a different perspective, or a different situation I'm getting, is that somebody could be watching you from an angle that you can't see. Like, you're completely unaware of this. This person is like in your 12th house. That's how I'm thinking of it astrologically. The 12th house is kind of like your blind spot. And I kind of feel like somebody is able to see you from an angle that you're just unaware of. It could be a secret admirer. I don't feel like you're in danger, but I mean, it could be a secret admirer. Always just be aware. If you are someone who can astral travel, or you can become lucid in your dreams, I feel like that also is something like having an edge over other people, or having an advantage, because you can use that to find out certain pieces of information that are hidden from the public. I feel like there's a relationship that is being purified, or something is bringing two people together, or making two people closer, or bond on something. Now, it could be that two people are bonding due to sadness or something sad that happened, and so the both of you are bonding because of that. It also looks like two people who have been searching for something or who had felt lost find it in each other. Feels like someone is also being protected by a spirit. Now, I also feel like someone is maybe going to be released from something that is liberating or freeing. Maybe you're being released from a job, even though that maybe sounds scary, but maybe it's so that you can, maybe that job was holding you back or preventing you from finding a job that you should be at. But I feel like somebody is being liberated from something. And spiritually, I feel like there is something that has been karmically fulfilled. So it's like, okay, you completed that karma, check on to the next, what do you get to do now? So I feel that you have fulfilled some sort of karmic obligation, or you're about to. And then again, I'm getting something about a conversation that maybe brings closure. Now, there could also be something in regards to a Gemini that has something to do with you moving on. I don't know if at some point you felt attached to a Gemini and decided that, you're ready to let that person go. Or a Gemini is helping you move on from a situation that you were stuck in. But I kind of feel like two people are bonding because of something that they lost. They both lost something, and it brings the two of you together. Or you both lost something. All right, so moving on to deck number 3. All right, you have the 3 of Swords, the High Priestess, 6 of Wands, 9 of Swords, King of Swords, overall energy, Three of Cups, the Devil, and the Chariot. All right. So I'm feeling like there may have been some sort of codependent friendship. Yeah, I feel that maybe there was some sort of codependent friendship that maybe you're separating from. Maybe someone was kind of like draining your energy. Maybe you had to set boundaries with someone. Yeah. So it's possible that you needed to set boundaries with someone who was just kind of like really draining of your energy. Could be a sibling, cousin, or a friend. In regards to something about relationships, there's a possibility too that someone was in a love triangle or a third party situation. There also could be some kind of betrayal, like maybe you were betrayed by someone that you were close to. I feel like maybe there's also some sort of a secret. There may be some sort of secret in regards to somebody's ex. Your friends might be withholding a secret from you, which could be seen as betrayal, especially if it is in regards to your ex. Or maybe you are withholding some sort of information like that. The energies coming through are Capricorn, an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or a Cancer. It does look like there was some sort of third party that separated a friendship or a relationship. Seems like you're going to have to like trust your intuition in regards to what to do or what decision to make. Maybe you've already kind of felt something but weren't sure. And I feel like you're in denial of something, or you were in denial of something. Maybe you don't want to believe something that somebody told you. Like you're having a hard time accepting some sort of truth that was revealed to you. You also could be in denial of yourself or your own beliefs. Like something's going on. There's some sort of conflict going on. Something may be giving you anxiety too. You might be very suspicious of your friends or someone in your common circle of friends, or something's going on where maybe you don't trust someone. I feel like anxiety, or your antennas are going off. There's some sort of anxiety in regards to a secret. or one of your followers, especially if you're on social media. Maybe you're suspicious of them, or you feel like there's some sort of betrayal. So I'm getting some kind of strange energy here. I'm trying to figure out what this is. It does look like maybe someone kind of was lured into a situation. I feel like maybe someone tried to prevent something from happening and then kind of fell into a trap. It does almost seem like maybe someone was under a spell or under the influence, or maybe someone is just like, oh, I was under the influence, you know, I didn't mean, if I hadn't been under the influence, that wouldn't have happened. So I kind of feel like somebody is blaming it on the alcohol, but really all the alcohol did was bring down someone's inhibitions. So there is a strong possibility that someone has been betrayed by someone close to you. I feel that someone may have crossed a boundary. And it just seems like you trusted somebody and now you don't know who to believe or who to trust. I feel like you're gonna like separate yourself from people, and you're creating some sort of a boundary or a wall, and you're looking at people real close. I feel like you don't really trust certain people. You're looking at people real close. You're like, I don't know that I could trust you. And so you're becoming very detached. You might fall out with one of your coworkers. Someone also may have gotten you fired, like somebody that you trusted. Maybe you find out that this person snitched or did something. You also might be separating from a job. You also could get in trouble for standing up for yourself. Or because you are like really adamant about fighting for what you believe in. Maybe you're being seen as a troublemaker. Now, in a love situation, definitely seems like you have a secret admirer, or maybe even more than one. So another scenario I'm getting is that like an ex maybe wants to reconcile, or an ex wants to come forward. I don't feel like you trust this person though. Yeah. Especially if they are an earth sign. I'm really concerned though that somebody's friend has betrayed them. I feel like maybe there was some sort of secret relationship or something that you would not have approved of by a friend or sibling or cousin. I feel like they betrayed you. So again, I kind of feel like somebody is wanting to mend a relationship. I feel like someone wants to fix things. If you were released from your job unfairly, I do feel that they are asking you to come back, or they want to make things right. I feel like a relationship needs to be rebuilt, whether that's a work relationship, a friendship, or a romantic relationship. But I feel like something needs to be rebuilt. And even after something is rebuilt, I feel like you don't fully trust anymore. You might have anxiety when it comes to an earth sign. Maybe you can't stop thinking about this person, or maybe they can't stop thinking about you. I feel like someone is also maybe suffering from some sort of guilt. Somebody maybe feels guilty for hiding something from you or keeping something from you. As far as like a secret admirer, I feel like maybe someone's been obsessing and it's been driving them crazy. Also, someone may have given you some sort of advice, but you didn't want to listen to this person. I'm getting someone who's being stubborn. or adamant. This person's like stuck in their own ways. Someone, again, I feel like is blaming it on alcohol. They're like, I was drunk. You definitely seem as if you don't trust somebody anymore. Even if you forgive them, you're like, I forgive you, but I'll never trust you again. And I feel like you're cutting someone off. Yeah. I feel like you just ultimately want your distance. And then I still also see the other scenario with an ex wanting to reconcile, and they're trying to apologize. They're trying to, I feel like guilt has been eating at them, or this person has never forgiven themselves for something, and they're just trying to make it up to you. I feel like you are coming off as if you don't accept their apology. I still feel that you're going to be diplomatic and forgive this person, but I just don't feel like you trust them. You're choosing you or wanting to be alone. I feel like something is also being returned to you. Yeah. All right, so those are all the messages that I have. Hopefully some things resonated. But thank you guys for watching. Sending love and grace.